Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between Andrik and SGamer, or is that SGamer? It's SGamer, yeah. Wow, and they are Chinese. 基础我好没代表和会开吗？Yeah,我们的国语不好，对不起. So yeah, I think that's Chinese. Anyways, I think these are part of the Chinese replays. These replays were taken from SC, from a website, a Chinese website, I believe. So that would make sense that it is going to be Chinese. 我要被你. Okay, so yeah, they are in fact speaking Mandarin, I believe. Right now, Andrik spawning over here as the blue Zerg player, and we'll see what his strategy is going to go. Let's see if he does that extractor trick. It does not look like he's going to do that extractor trick, as he is now building an overlord. Meanwhile, over here we have SGamer spawning as the red Protoss player. So it is going to be Protoss versus Zerg in this particular matchup. I am in fact trying to deal with my my lag just a little bit more. Still playing around with the affinity and the core processing on these games right now. Believe StarCraft is only running off of one of my supposedly 8 cores, since I'm running on i7. It's only 4 cores, but hyper-threading makes it look like it's 8. Anyways, I'm sure that's more technical knowledge than many of you would care to know. SGamer now setting up that gateway right now, and now sitting on 11 probes. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the unit overlay. I should probably take a poll. Do you guys want me to keep unit hit points on or off? Because this is StarCraft, there's so many units that sometimes it just gets in the way. But other times you want to be able to see if he's focusing firing and how he's microwing those units as well. So that's a pretty hard call. That's a judgment call, and I'm going to let you help me make that judgment call as you guys watch these replays more than I do. Currently 14 drones versus 13 probes right now, and 2 overlords, no queen yet. And no queen, obviously, as that spawning pool is not done. So the spawning pool, the requirement is a queen, and it also costs 2 food. I believe at one point the queen didn't cost any food, and that was a really bad mistake, I think, as players just massed large amounts of queens and then used the overlord spawn creep ability, and had those queens just running around. Right now, overlord cannot generate creep until they get into the layer. Currently, we have a single an SGamer doing a proxy pylon over here by the Xel'Naga watchtower, and that is out of the way right now. So that is going to put a little bit of pressure on Andrik right now. I don't think Andrik is going to be quite ready for that. Over here, still no one getting early gas. Wait, no, sorry, Zerg now getting that early gas and has 3 full drones on that gas. And let's see, still no queen. Okay, queen finally being built. So single queen right now. We also have a forge coming into play, and now using that chrono boost on that one particular gateway that's currently sitting in there. We also have another pylon being built down here to the south. So in order to make it look like he is not behind on pylons, Andrik may realize that he is behind on pylons, but I think as soon as this other overlord comes down to see this, he'll be like, oh nope, there is no proxy pylon anywhere on the map right now. Andrik probably not realizing that there is a missing pylon. And to be honest, right now we have a photon cannon being built on the bottom of this ramp. A little bit curious as why it's not being built on the top, but perhaps he wants to set up an expansion and be able to protect it right now. Here we have some Zerglings now moving out. 2 Zerglings quickly running out, trying to dash around that field. We'll see if that one Zergling heading off to that north-hand side, and that Zergling is going to find that pylon. And what a lucky, fortunate of events right there, as he's going to be able to just try to take down that pylon. And no Zealots going to be coming into position right now. 4 Zealots now moving out. Single cannon now being warped into play as well. Let's see if those Zealots going to be able to run in and take down this pylon. That pylon taking damage, 5 damage per shot. Once the shields are removed, it's going to be taking 4 damage per shot, as there is 1 armor. Well, not really moving up. Now heading up to that Xel'Naga watchtower, sees those Zealots and does not want to come back down. Just hiding right there. Wow. And we'll see how this really works out, as that pylon is now regenerating hit points relatively quickly. Zergling just hiding here, like, let me hide, and make sure those Zealots go away, and then run back down and try to take down that one particular pylon. Right now, there are no there is a single spine crawler, a queen, and a batch of 4 Zerglings. No Burrow has not been upgraded yet, so we're not going to see any detonations or explosions. I like to call them detonate once they're in the ground and they just like kind of like explode up on you right now. And here comes those zealots. Oh, poor zealots. Oh, taking a lot of that damage. Let's see how much damage all those units took. Yeah, so taking a fair amount of damage. Now running back out. I'm gonna go ahead and use alt now in order to bring up that unit overlay whenever I need to. So a single pylon still up in position right now. No warp gate upgrades. I do not see a cybernetics core. 3 cannons down here on the south hand side. And that is pretty much it at this point. A single queen. The queens move very slowly off the blight, or off that creep, excuse me. And now Andrik getting a hatchery right there. So a hatchery, a natural hatchery at the 5-minute mark of this game. And I'm keeping track of the time using my timer as opposed to this timer over here, as it's a little bit off by about 1 minute and 40 seconds right now. Someone can probably do the math and tell me what the percentage is between fast and faster. One zealot now down to 60 shields and 23 hit points. Still a single Zerling sitting at this Zelnaga watchtower. And now, oh, back here we have a couple of those zealots getting taken down so easily right now. And now no more. Oh, a couple of Zerlings, and those Zerlings should be able to finish off those poor zealots, as those zealots are very, very low on hit points. But there's getting some time to regenerate some of those shields. And they should probably re-engage right now. Andrik finally moving up with those Zerlings. Those Zerlings going to go ahead and surround that zealot. Zealot goes down, and another one goes down. So a little bit of a misplay right there coming from SGamer. SGamer should not have been doing that. Currently, no, not researching that warp gate feature, and has a lot of minerals, but not quite enough gas yet. A very, very late assimilator. I think this game was taken very early in the beta, so that's why there is that delay in gas, not realizing that the gas is so important in StarCraft 2. So if I'd have to call any game right now, I think Andrik is being the better player, using those banelings pretty effectively. Burrows still not being researched though, so that is a little bit of a surprise right there. Layer now upgrading to, no, not upgrading the hive yet. It is, and now that little timer is that spawn larva ability. So the queen trying to inject more larva. Like currently the larva count is 4 over here, and now 1 over here right now. So more Zerglings, more banelings sitting over here. There are a single pylon still sitting at this position, and Zergling not taking it down. A little bit surprised by that. Perhaps he just wants to activate that Zelnaga watchtower. And now we have an overseer cocoon. An overseer cocoon. Overseer has the ability to detect. That's going to be the but it loses the ability to spawn creep, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and check that right now. So clicking on that Overseer. Overseer has a detector ability and can spawn a changeling, but that is it. But of course the changeling, when first encountered an enemy, it will match its color and change into a zealot, a marine, or a zergling, depending on the race. Right now we have that, a couple photon cannons and a couple zealots sitting out here, 30 probes mining as opposed to 36 drones. And while the Zerg player just seeming to have a larger army, 44 compared to 56. So yeah, a very, very sizable difference right now. Spinecrawler now walking over here and now going to start to, I guess, not really burrow himself, but entrench himself into that position and able to start attacking. I think this is an evolution chamber. Evolution chamber kind of looks like the most changed from the original StarCraft right now. That pylon has been taken down. Overseer up here still has that changeling, and we'll see how that's really going to be working out. Couple overlords sitting on this gap, and I think that stalker will be able to take it down. So that poor overlord trying to run away. That stalker just doing some hit and runs, and I don't know what these SGamers zealots are thinking that they can do. Like, come on, overlord, land. Not gonna happen, as that overlord is now trying to run back away, and now more gateways being placed in right now. We have a single zealot sitting over here at these high yield minerals on the north hand side. Destructible rocks still in position, so no one really going to be taking those. 2 gateways. Let's see if we have upgrade to warp gates yet. No upgrade to warp gates, and still hasn't even researched the warp gate research yet. So very, very behind right now. And Andrik getting some Hydralisks as well. So getting Hydralisks are now in fact tier 2. And oh, here's the Nidus network. The Nidus network is a very, very strong building, and now hiding behind over here. And Andrik thinking that he needed to spawn it on creep. Now use that Nidus network, and now the Nidus worm is going to have some units coming in just a second. That current cargo, just loading it up into there. Perhaps he can try to unload it into here, and if he can unload it into here, and then mass up a lot of units. But already the creep quickly coming out, and here comes Andrik trying to push in. Stay tuned for part 2 and the conclusion of this replay between Andrik and SGamer here on Blistering Sands.